Hey guys, Christina here, and today I wanted to give you an update on how I plan our homeschool year. Now, I did a video before where I shared how I kind of plan out our entire year and get an idea of when things need to be done by, what I want to add in, all of that. So I'll link that up top if you want to see it. And at the very end of that video, it was 2 years ago, I believe, I mentioned I was going to start using a paper record for the weekly planning. And I wanted to give you a look at kind of what I've done with that and how it's worked for us and give you an update. So I'll turn the camera around and let you have a look inside this book. So here is that paper record planner that I had put together. I just spiral bound it. These were pages that I got from a teacher clearance book. It's supposed to be a daily planner. I used it as a weekly planner. And so the very first year, what I did was I had the date, the week that we were on, reminders that I needed to do for the next week, and I divided these by child, putting each topic in here that they needed to do for the week, and then our group topics here, our read aloud and things we were doing together. And this is what I did for the entire year. So you can see this is what it looked like. And then at the very back, I had record keeping of tests that the kids did. They do tests for both math and some of them for Story of the World. And so I had everything here. Now I loved this format. This was perfect for me, which I'll explain a little bit more about how I make it work. But I found this part to be kind of messy. So this past school year, what I did was I changed it up a bit. And so I put the topic and then each child had a line. And you can see it's a lot tidier just in terms of for me to keep track. For me visually, I like things tidy and clean, as well as for the kids to keep track. They can just check what they need to do. And then at the bottom here was the same thing, our group subjects, what we're reading, you know, our week, our day, things I needed to do. And this is what I've been doing this year. I'll just give you a quick flip through. This is what it looks like. And then the same thing in the back, I have all their tests right here recorded so that when I have a few samples of their work, this is all I keep with it. It tells me exactly what they did each week. It tells me what books they read, what we were working on. Everything is nice and tidy, compact, and small. So the way that this worked for us is I just used one of these little, what are these called? Clip things. I just put it open to the page that we were using. I clip it on and I have a little hook on the side of this storage thing beside me because this is where we do our homeschool, and I just hung it on the side. The kids could check it, I could see it, it was always in the same spot. And what I would do is Thursday's the last day of our school week, so I would pull it down. I would go through with each child as we went through, checking off for the day. Have you done this for the week? Have you done that? And then I would just at the exact same time flip the page and write down and figure out what they needed to do for the next week. Then I would look at our group work and I would take that master year plan that I had, look at what we were doing next week, what videos or books, and fill out the remaining information here. It worked so well for me. I can't even, I've said it already, but it just works so well for me. I love it. And I found it was easy for the kids to know what they needed to do. They didn't have to keep coming asking me or I'm not sure. But it was also very concise and clear, and for the record keeping, it worked great. So like I mentioned, these pages were from like a teacher, I'm trying to remember what it was called. If I can find the name, I'll link it below. It was on clearance for like $10 or $12. And what I was actually able to do was I made those 2 years here, and I was actually able to make 3 more years worth, all from that one teacher book or agenda. And so I'm just planning to continue exactly the same way, exactly the same sheets. Again, because it's daily, that's why there were so many. I use it weekly and it works fantastic. Now I do have, my youngest will be starting preschool next year. So by the time I get to the third one that I made and ran out of these pages, he will be doing, because there's only 4 lines in here, I'm gonna have 1 child over here for each subject, but that's okay. And then what I plan to do is actually, I'll probably make my own based on the same format after, just adding the extra 5th line under each category for my children, but it's worked so well. And it really doesn't take a lot of time to plan because I'm already sitting down with my kids. The books are right there. I just fill it in and we go. If someone's been sick, we just erase and move it to the next week. It's not a big deal. I'm not planning this part here weeks in advance. And so I can make changes as we go along. Hopefully that's helped explain kind of how I plan and how I make it work for our family. If there's something I missed or you had a question, leave it in the comment section down below and I will be happy to answer it for you. Otherwise, I hope this finds you having a great day. Take care.